Okay, so this week we're gonna make like I guess it's like a winter classic or a favorite of mine. We're gonna use a couple of Hake fillets, put like on a bed of a broth. So I'm gonna show you how to make a basic broth. This is something that you can either use. They refer to it as stock or that kind of thing, but you will really enjoy the flavor. So what we're gonna start off with is we've got these two nice Hake fillets. That we've got, and what we want to do is want to cut them in half because we're going to layer it in our dish in the end, and you'll understand the logic of what I'm doing. So firstly, we want to cut them in half, and then what we want to do is we want to score the Hake, like make a couple of incisions on there because we're going to pan fry it, and what we don't want it to do, we don't want it to curl up. So we want to make sure that the flavors of the ingredients that we put in here are really going to get into the Hake. Okay, so we're going to use 3 of the Hake fillets that we're going to pan fry, and then the other Hake fillet we're going to use in the broth. Okay, it works better when you've got a sharper knife than the one I'm using. Anyway, so this last Hake fillet is what we're going to put into our broth. So we've got some water that's simmering here, that we have like on the boil, and we're going to cut up this Hake fillet into like small pieces, small really manageable pieces, because we want it to disintegrate a little bit into our broth. So don't worry if it starts breaking apart, it's not a problem at all. You want to just get that flesh. Okay, so we're going to get that Hake and we're going to throw it into our boiling water. Then we're going to start building on these flavors. Remember, also put in the skin, don't worry about it, because it'll all give it a very nice flavor to it. So what we're going to add to it is a couple of broad beans, not the best looking ones, but if you can find better ones, that's great. And you're going to throw them in there. So you want them to boil up in that Hake. Okay, so now I'm going to just go and get a couple of ingredients. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab a couple of flavors that we're going to put in there. Obviously, I like myself a bit of heat, but you don't have to put it if you can't handle your heat. So that's some chili. And then what we're going to do is put some peri peri in here. Bit of peri peri, give it a bit of color and also a bit of heat. Then a bit more garlic. In fact, quite a bit of garlic. And most importantly, we're going to add fish sauce. Okay? Normally you're meant to put a little bit of fish sauce, but I'm going to put quite a bit of fish sauce in there. A couple of other ingredients that you might want to add in here. You could boil off your broth with some prawns, or you can put like other ingredients like mussels and that kind of thing that you can boil up in here. Anything that's going to give your broth a bit of flavor, because what people are going to do is they're going to bite into this nice juicy bit of Hake that has been pan fried, and then have this broth to wash it down. So you want to boil it, but not too much, about 15 minutes, and then that will be enough, and then you season it to taste. So we'll just leave that for a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do is now going to prepare our Hake, which is going to be basically like a pan-fried Hake. There's not much that you need to do with it. Hake is pretty simple. Salt and pepper, probably a bit of lemon, which I'm going to use right now. So what we want to do, we've already scored our Hake, as you can see. We just scored it lightly on the back there. And we're going to season it just lightly with a bit of salt, not too much. And then we're going to put, and that's just on the skin side of it. And then we're going to put some pepper. And then drizzle some lemon juice on the back of that Hake. Okay. Now the thing that's really going to season, I'm sure most of you are asking, like, what about the other side of the Hake? What's really going to season that is going to be the garlic butter that we're going to use to cook it. Now, for those of you who don't know how to make garlic butter, we have a video that we're going to show you just now. is we want to start off with some garlic flakes because I think they break down a lot slower, especially when you're now frying your garlic bread or you're baking it, whichever method you're going to use. And on top of that, what we're going to add is a couple of the Italian herbs. Now, Italian herbs will have stuff like thyme, they'll have some oregano. That's the main ingredient that I'm looking for in this particular mixture. Okay, and then the next thing that we're going to add is you're normally meant to add butter, but because we don't really find butter that much in Zimbabwe, so a cheaper substitute that you get is going to be margarine. So we're going to add a nice dollop of margarine in there. Now what you want to do is you want to incorporate those ingredients together. Just mix them like roughly. Shouldn't be very neat really. Just want to get that. You want to get equal parts of that garlic and those Italian herbs mixed into the butter, okay? Okay, cool. So now you know how to make your garlic butter. So this is the garlic butter that I used. Normally good to just keep it stored in your refrigerator, and you can use it to make garlic bread. So we're going to use this garlic butter, and that's really going to infuse and season our fish very well. So let's just get that going. Make sure it's like nicely melted. Now, tips for frying fish, especially if you've got fish that has the skin on, is that you fry it skin down first, right? Skin down first, and then when it, the reason why we've scored it is because we don't want it to curl too much. So, and then we'll turn it over and turn off the heat. So you don't want to cook the other side too long. You just want to fry it on the one side until it's nice, golden and crispy, and then turn it over onto the flesh side, but you turn off your heat, and then you leave your fish like that, okay? So our garlic butter is ready. You can already smell that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start placing our hake fillets, skin side down. The fresher the fish you use, the better. Absolutely. So we're going to let that fry off and just make sure that the skin on the other side gets nice and browned and golden brown on the other side. Nice and brown and golden brown. That's so retarded. Like, who says that? So now we're just checking up on our broth just to see how it's going. I think that's almost ready. Let's just taste that. It's so cool. It's going to be so awesome. So at the last minute, what we're going to do is we're going to get like a bunch of coriander. We'll throw that in at the last minute before we actually serve it. We're going to put that in a bowl and put our hake fillet on the top, and that's basically our dish. Now I think our fish is ready to turn over. Okay, just turn over that fish. Look at that, beautiful. That is amazing. Okay, so now what we want to do, immediately turn off the heat. There's absolutely no reason for this to continue cooking. The heat that's coming from the pan is going to be enough to cook your fillet. So now we're going to go ahead to the next stage, which is plating our dish. Okay, cool. Okay, so our broth is ready. So now in terms of plating suggestion, what we're going to do is we're going to put our broth into the plate, add like a bunch of like coriander, which is still fresh, and just throw it in there, and then start layering up our hake on top of that and finish off with a bit more coriander. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pour our broth into the plate. That smells so amazing. Okay. So our broth is ready, and just to add a bit of color, we're just going to take like a bunch of this coriander. It's like a handful of this coriander, and we're just going to sprinkle it all over our broth just to make sure that we get like a bit of freshness on there. Let's leave some on the side. And now we're going to get our hake fillet. I'm just going to layer it on our broth. finish it off with a bit of coriander. Okay, so there you have it, our pan-fried hake, set on a, if you'd like to call it a bed, but it's our broad bean broth that has a bit of coriander to finish it off. That's pretty much it.
Don't ever sit in the front row of any of his shows. He's one of my closest friends. Thank you so much for coming. Give it up for my man, Q. So now how this is going to work, we've got our price stands that are fired up. We've selected some ingredients for our celebrities to use. They don't know, they haven't seen them. I haven't seen them. There's been an independent jury that has set these up. Now what I'm going to ask for is that I need 5 judges actually. 5 judges who are going to taste the food that we're going to put on the table over there. So, we've got white wine, we've got rocket, and we've got tilapia fillets. Now, they have to use all of these ingredients, but they can pick anything from the pantry behind us in the refrigerator. Okay, so Amara, Q, your cook-off starts now! So there's going to be a stir fry on the side. Looks like the fish already steeped in some kind of marinade. I saw some lemon and some chili going into there. Is there anything else that you put? Garlic. How's it going there? Looks like Q's already plating. Is this what's going on? It's done. Then you get onto the jumping castle, take a selfie. With the selfie in the jumping castle. Oh.
has become one big city. Sin City.
I hear the streets have been waiting for this. I was meditating, debating if y'all are ready. I guess you ain't never gonna be fully prepared. Got my stripes, get on mics just to ruin careers. The Mayan store 20 trophies I'ma get, and it's true. Cause if you act, then I swear it's I'ma getting for you. And any track that I'ma get on is changing the game. I'll give you 32 reasons to remember the name. I'm not just confident for no reason. I brought the big guns, cause B-Sun told me it's your season. Cinematic with your 3D glasses on, classic poems. Nothing like these bastard clones. You can't touch me, I'm massive, Holmes. Rappers scared to put a verse on the tracks I'm on. Just a few like the Moo and the Dielectric Blue who speak hip-hop and the dialect is true. It's Sin City. Yeah, this is it. Y'all ain't ready, but it's coming in.
The city that we're living in, the city that was born to sin. Everybody is in it to win. God bless this city we in. In Sin City.
Killing the syllables, I'm lyrically sick since they cut umbilical. Knew I was destined to spit. Y'all was looking for the illest. Cynic is it, and I'm from that Sin City where them criminals is. Reporting live from the avenues of right at the pulse, seeing the life that your moms used to warn you about. And my chucks that I got for 10 bucks down in body, I ain't scared to walk in any spots in Harare. Don't pop foes, but it's possible to get smacked right slow to dodge potholes. That's where we at. I got the city in my heart, and so I carry it. Plus I got peoples in each and every one of the areas. High densities with high propensities from fine to the burbs. The dudes thinking that everything is fine. Sin City got many different faces. Let me show you the speech is non-fiction. It's a life that we go through.
The city where our children live, the city which our elders built, where our ancestors' blood was spilled. So God bless this city we in. We in Sin City.
Mr. Green.
It began in Africa.
I'm the one to call JJC, that international African. You don't know? Get to know. Check my swagger from head to toe. Look, the way I'm speaking, phonetic flow. Listen, I know the matter, I can only so. Now I'm an African, but an international African. From Lagos to London, New York to Rome, wherever you go. Get to know. Sydney to Hong Kong, Moscow to Delhi, we're all over the world. I'm an African, international African. I'm an African, international African. I'm an African, international African. International African, international. Let go. Yeah. Woo. Let go. Yeah. I make my paper, don't need to get paid for maga. On stage I make people gaga. From Asia down to Canada, then we tour in America. Holiday down in Jamaica, until I meet my maker. Hey me maja, hey me dada. From Lagos to London, New York to Rome, wherever you go. Get to know. Sydney to Hong Kong, Moscow to Delhi, we're all over the world. I'm an African, international African. I'm an African, international African. I'm an African, international African.
No, that's okay. Crumble papish is an Afrikaans version of the dish, which is crumbly meatloaf. Instead of it being stiff, it's crumbly, and we usually serve it with amasi. Amasi is sour milk. Yes, that's like how it is. Very simple dish. And then we've got soft stick back, and then we've got stick back. I don't like the stick. So I use the entire stock of the spring onion, and I've got some coriander because this is an Asian twist. But coriander, I've got some thyme. Wait, you? I'm fine, and you?
Let me just say, they call me Ibelon Chifarare. I just want to say welcome to the Rainbow Tower Food Festival 2014.